Hello, Right Recipe for Travel family. It's Cynthia, your host. Welcome back to the show. Today is part 2 of our series on eating, drinking, playing, and staying in luxury in Arlington, Texas. On today's video, I am going to give you the honest review of Live by Loews. I stayed in this hotel for 2 days, a Saturday and Sunday, over the Juneteenth Father's Day weekend. I'm going to give you the complete rundown on how the stay was, what I experienced, my expectations, and finally, if you stay to the end, the total cost. So jumping right into the video, I decided I wanted to look for luxury stays in Arlington, Texas. I went on the website and typed in luxury hotels in Arlington, Texas, and the first one to pop up was Live by Loews. I've seen this hotel being built, and I've also seen the complex, the sports complex in Texas Live that was right next to it, but I'd never been there. So I decided this was my perfect opportunity to take a stay and let my Right Recipe for Travel family know all about it. So I'm gonna break down this review into check-in, size, cleanliness, comfort, noise, view, and final thoughts and price. I'm also going to throw in something, just a few little tidbits about the hotel itself, which will be on our next video. We have our video for the exploration of the entirety of the hotel. Check that out. I will put the description for that link in the description below. And we also have the previous video that gives the detailed hotel room tour. So check that out as well, and I will put that also in the description, the link for that below. So this one is all about the review of that hotel room. I'm gonna start with the check-in. The check-in process was so very simple and so very easy. I pulled up and valeted opened the door for me, walked right into the front desk, let them know that I had a reservation. They simply ask you for a credit card for incidentals and your ID. It took all of maybe 5 minutes to get me checked in. So that was a very easy process. Absolutely no problem with that at all. The size of the room. I had a premium 1 king bedroom. I think that was 303 square feet if I am correct. I'll take a look at that listed on their website. I was pleasantly surprised with the size. It had more than enough space. There was more than enough closet space to house your suitcase, put your things away. There were drawers. There was plenty of outlets, including USB. There was no problem with that. I brought my laptop, all of my equipment to film my videos. I had more than enough space. The restroom was large. There was no tub, so I don't know if that would be an issue for some, but there was this huge walk-in shower that was plenty spacious if you needed to shave your legs or anything of that nature. And it was room enough for 2 if you needed that to happen as well. But if you were traveling with little children, it could possibly be an issue because there was no bathtub in that 1 king premium room. Cleanliness. I had no problem with the cleanliness of that room. The sheets, the carpets, the walls, they were all fresh and clean, and that was to be expected. This hotel was built in 2018. If I had to make one comment about cleanliness, when I took a shower, I noticed a long hair on the shower bathroom the shower bathroom wall, and it was not my hair. I can attest that it wasn't mine. So if there was any complaint whatsoever about cleanliness, I did see that one hair in the shower, but besides that, everything was clean, everything was fresh. The remote for the television was sanitized and placed in plastic. Everything, it smelled good. There was absolutely no issue that I noticed with the cleanliness of that hotel. Comfort. I was extremely comfortable in this room. I have this thing with pillows, and there were 4 pillows and plus 2 additional body pillows that were on the bed. The pillows were a dream. They were the type that you can just melt into. The pillows were good. They were so good, as a matter of fact, that I looked it up so that I can purchase my own. The pillows were so very comfortable. The bed was large and comfy. I had no problems. I slept well. There was adequate blankets and the comforter on the bed. It was very comfortable. The room was done in such a nice way that I never cracked my knee or hit my shins. Maybe you know what I'm talking about. Sometime the way rooms are configured, you're walking like around your bed and you slam your foot or your toe or your shin. Never had an issue with that. Plenty of space. The settee was there if I needed to have. I did invite company over. I had some family come over, and there was, let's see, 6 of them. There was still plenty of space in the room, and we were all still quite comfortable, even with 6 additional people in the room besides myself. So I had no problem with the comfort of that room as well. Noise. So here is where I'm going to give a bit of a, not necessarily it was a problem or an issue, but just the honest review. I was in room 1006. That was the first room on the 10th floor. As soon as you exit the elevators and take a left, it was the very first room on the right. What I noticed was the doors directly across from me on the left, it said something like fire station or firehouse, and I didn't quite know what that meant, but what it was the door that the staff uses to come and go, especially with trays and that cart that they use in the mornings, especially to put linens when they're coming in to make beds. And so I constantly heard the opening and slamming, opening and shutting of that door, and the carts as they were pushing those carts. As they were walking in and out, talking slightly loudly sometimes to one another. And that, as I said, was directly across the door from my door. So I did hear that bit of noise, and I did hear that constantly. I heard it in the morning, I heard it in the afternoon, I heard it in the evenings. It wasn't so bad that I couldn't get rest or go to sleep or stay asleep, but I did want to let you know that if you are in that room that's right across from where the staff come and go, you will hear that noise out in the hallway. I want to add something else about noise. This hotel is located inside of this sports complexes, for lack of a better word. They probably say it a lot better than that, but Texas Live. And there is music and live bands, excitement and energy going on all the time over there. And I could slightly hear the sound of music being played. I was on the 10th floor. It certainly was nothing that kept me from concentrating when I was doing that or watching television or sleeping. It wasn't that loud, but you could hear the sounds of the Texas Live music and the things that were going on there. The view. The room that I had gave me a direct view of AT&T Stadium, a beautiful little lookout area, a pond, and a water feature. And if you look down and to the left, you could just see the pool area and cabana area as well. I had a really great view. If what you want to see is the stadium where those Cowboys play. And even if you didn't, it was a great view of that stadium, and plus all of the other beautiful things that I just discussed. Parking. So here's a little bit of an interesting thing. I was completely confused on the parking for this hotel. The hotel is located in a section where there is lots of construction going on. And as I drove to come up to the hotel, it said parking garage, but I saw all these cranes and construction. So I was really confused if that's where I should park. And also I kind of didn't want to. I didn't want to like battle through parking across the street where there might be construction and I might have to walk across some type of sky bridge or across the street. There was also parking in the area in front of Globe Life Field, the Texas Live area, but I wasn't sure if that parking was for the hotel guests or if I would have to pay or do something additional to have my car there overnight. So I was slightly confused about the parking, and I should have looked it up because that information is on their website. So what I chose to do was just pull right in and get a valet. And I will talk more about the valet and the price at the end of the video. Is the hotel worth it? So before I answer that, let me say I did encounter one slight hiccup. Because it was Father's Day weekend and the weekend of Juneteenth, I thought that I would make a hotel reservation at the beautiful restaurant inside called Cut and Bourbon. And so when I arrived at the hotel and checked into the room, one of the very first things that I did was make a reservation on Father's Day, that Sunday, for 2 p.m. The next morning, bright and early, right about 7:59 a.m., I start getting calls from this number. And once I answered the phone, it was from the restaurant letting me know that they're not quite sure how it happened. And they're very sorry, but the restaurant closes at 2. so I couldn't possibly have a reservation for 2 because the restaurant would be closed. Could I make my reservation for earlier? Well, I already had commitments for earlier. 1:30 was probably the earliest I could get there, and I couldn't see how 30 minutes for my meal would be sufficient. And we went back and forth, and I tried to make it for later in the day once they opened up again at 5 o'clock. But because it was Father's Day, they had no reservations. So I was bothered by that, and I did ask them, how is it that you give us the number to make a reservation? And I make a reservation and it was confirmed, which I did get on my phone. And then I get a call saying, you're not sure how I got a confirmed reservation because the restaurant is not open. That was a slight problem. It made me have to change my Sunday dinner plans with my guests completely, but they did make it up to me in the end. So to get back to valet is 24 hours a day. So when I came and went, it was no problem. The valet gave me a ticket and it had a number on there, and you just text that number, and they told us it would be about 5-minute lead time. Just text that number and in 5 minutes you'd walk out the door and they'd pull your car up to you. I did utilize that valet, and the very first time it was less than 5 minutes that I sent the text, came downstairs, and here comes the car ready and waiting. The second time it was very late at night or early morning, however you'd like to look at it, and it took a bit longer. When they are bringing your vehicle, they text you and say, we're getting your vehicle, and then your vehicle has arrived once they drop it off to you. And that early morning time, they said your vehicle has been dropped off to you. And I'm like, no, I'm still standing here. And I said, no. And the text says, just text the number, because they give you a number for your valet. And I texted again, and it said, it's already been texted. And about 3 minutes later, my car did arrive. So it took a bit longer than 5 minutes, but really not that big of a problem. They were really great. Finally, the price. I do need to admit that I booked this hotel kind of at the last minute. My reservation was for Saturday night and a Sunday night, and I booked that hotel on a Friday, the day before. So when I went to the website for the 1 king premium room, the prices were running somewhere between $254 to $309, $380 per night. Well, I have a hack. I use USAA Travel Services for past, present, military, and I went onto that website and I was able to get the room for $187 per night with plus taxes. So I was able to pay $187 per night for the room. Additionally, valet parking was $38 per day. If you have watched the previous video, and really watch, I do suggest that you watch the video of the detailed room tour. There is a mini bar with snacks and drinks that are stocked and waiting for your purchase. And so here, once again in the video, there is the price for each of those snacks. I did take a bottle of water, Fiji water, and that was $5. Check-in time for the hotel is 4 p.m. and checkout is at 11. So checkout was very simple. I did actually talk to the front desk staff, although there is a box that you can do express checkout. Just put your key in there and just walk out the door, because of course they have your card for incidentals. But I just wanted to talk to the front desk staff to let them know about my stay. And when they asked, I did let them know the only hiccup was the reservation. It did force me to completely change my plans when my reservation was confirmed, and then got the phone call that, sorry, the restaurant's not even open. So, and then they weren't able to accommodate me for any other time for that day. And I do understand it was Father's Day, but I did let them know that. And the front desk staff, Ebony, shout out to you, Ebony, said, you know what? We're very sorry that happened. Sorry for the confusion. I'm gonna take care of your incidentals for you. So I did purchase or drink that bottle of water, which was stated there, $5, and I did pay for valet, which I stayed there for 2 nights. So they did comp all of that because of the slight confusion with the restaurant booking. Final thoughts, and is it worth it? I think I got a ridiculously good price for this luxury hotel. If you look on the website, it's stated to be a luxury upscale hotel, and that's exactly what it is. Please do check out the next video in the series when I give you a detailed look at the hotel itself. This is a beautiful property. There are 300 guest rooms, 14 stories, a whole floor of conference rooms, a beautiful pool cabana area with this infinity edge that looks over into the stadium and just spectacular views. You're really going to want to check out that video of the hotel itself. It's a beautiful hotel. So I think I did really well. I got a very good price. And then the fact that I had the water as well as the valet comped, I think I did even better. I would most certainly come back and take another stay at this wonderful hotel. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please do check out the rest of the series. This is going to be a 5-part series about eating, drinking, and playing with a little luxury in Arlington, Texas. This is Cynthia once again for Right Recipe for Travel. Catch you on the next video. And one last video before I pack up and leave. Live by Loews, Arlington. You treated me very well.